Have you ever felt like something was off in your relationship, but couldn't quite put your finger on it? Today, we're uncovering the hidden and often overlooked ways a covert narcissistic wife may subtly abuse her husband. Throughout this video, we'll expose the manipulative tactics and under-the-radar behaviours that can inflict harm without leaving obvious traces. By the end, you'll be equipped with the knowledge to recognise these patterns and protect yourself from their insidious effects. Ready to unveil the secrets of covert narcissistic abuse? Let's dive deep and shed light on these shadows. 1. Emotional withholding. Covert narcissists have a unique ability to manipulate emotional dynamics in a relationship. Emotional withholding is one such tactic. A covertly narcissistic wife might deliberately avoid giving her husband the emotional support, warmth, or intimacy he seeks. She might act different, dismissive, or even cold when he shares his feelings or concerns. This sort of behaviour, over time, can cause the husband to feel emotionally isolated, questioning his own emotional reality or worth. Imagine consistently opening up to someone only to be met with an emotional wall, or worse, disdain. It's a slow but incredibly damaging form of emotional torture that makes the victim feel undeserving of love and intimacy. 2. Guilt tripping. The covert narcissist is an expert at using guilt as a weapon. She might continuously remind her husband of his past mistakes, even if they were minor or already resolved, making him feel perpetually in debt to her. The objective here is to keep him in a constant state of guilt, thereby ensuring he's more controllable. By doing this, she ensures that he remains submissive, always looking for ways to appease her and make up for his perceived wrongs. Over time, the husband might begin to see himself as inherently flawed or problematic, damaging his self-worth and self-confidence. 3. Gaslighting. Gaslighting is a sinister form of psychological manipulation. In this scenario, a covert narcissistic wife might deny certain events occurred or twist facts to make her husband doubt his own memory, perception, or sanity. For example, if he confronts her about a hurtful comment she made, she might vehemently deny ever saying such a thing, accusing him of misunderstanding or even making it up. Experiencing this consistently can cause the husband to question his own memories or believe he's losing his grip on reality. This is an especially powerful tactic because once someone starts doubting their own reality, they become much easier to control and manipulate. 4. Silent treatment. The silent treatment is a passive-aggressive form of punishment. This is often used when the covert narcissistic wife feels slighted or wants to exert control. When deploying the silent treatment, she isn't just ignoring her husband. This behaviour carries a more profound message. You don't exist unless I acknowledge you. Prolonged bouts of the silent treatment can make the husband feel isolated, anxious, and desperate for reconciliation, even if he did nothing wrong. Over time, the fear of this cold isolation can make him excessively cautious about what he says or does, always wary of triggering another silent episode. The silent treatment acts as a control mechanism, conditioning the husband to walk on eggshells, always seeking the wife's validation and fearing her emotional withdrawal. 5. Constant criticism. Covert narcissists often hide behind a veil of helpful feedback or constructive criticism. However, these comments are usually anything but constructive. They're designed to chip away at the husband's self-esteem, making him feel inadequate and reliant on her validation. By always pointing out his flaws, mistakes, or shortcomings, no matter how minor, a covert narcissistic wife ensures that her husband is always striving for her approval, an approval that seems always out of reach. This ongoing critique can erode his confidence in his decisions, capabilities, and self-worth, anchoring him further into the relationship for validation. 6. Victim mentality. Here, the covert narcissistic wife will twist situations to make herself appear as the perennial victim, even if she's the instigator. By portraying herself as the aggrieved party, she manipulates her husband into constantly trying to make amends. Over time, he may internalize the belief that he's always at fault, no matter the scenario. This victim mentality is a clever ruse. It shifts the power dynamics, making her the one who's always suffered, and thus deserves special treatment or concessions. 7. Financial manipulation. Money is a common tool for control in the hands of a covert narcissist. She may take control of the family finances, limit her husband's access to funds, or make him feel guilty about spending money. This form of financial abuse ensures that he remains dependent on her, unable to make independent financial decisions or feel secure about his financial future. Over time, this dependence can make him feel trapped in the relationship. He may see no viable way out without facing financial ruin or hardship. 8. Jealousy and possessiveness. In the realm of the covert narcissistic wife, jealousy isn't merely a fleeting emotion, it's a strategic tool of control. She may constantly probe her husband about his daily interactions, making mountains out of molehills. If he mentions a conversation with a co-worker or an old friend, she might twist it into a potential threat to their relationship, even if it's utterly benign. This unyielding possessiveness can lead the husband to limit his interactions with the outside world or to omit details of his day to avoid any potential confrontations. The covert narcissistic wife might even try to isolate him from friends or family, subtly suggesting that they might be a bad influence or that they don't genuinely care for him. The endgame is clear: to make her the sole focal point of his universe, ensuring he's entirely reliant on her for emotional sustenance and validation. This isolation strategy cements her position of power and ensures he feels ensnared, both emotionally and socially. 9. Undermining achievements. Whenever the husband experiences success or recognition, a covert narcissistic wife might resort to undermining his achievements. Instead of celebrating with him, she might downplay the significance, find flaws in the accomplishment, or redirect attention to her own achievements or struggles. The purpose? To ensure he never feels truly accomplished without seeking her validation. Over time, this consistent undermining can erode his self-confidence, making him believe that his achievements are never good enough or that they don't hold any real value unless she acknowledges them. 10. Weaponizing intimacy. Intimacy, both emotional and physical, is a cornerstone of any healthy relationship. However, in the hands of a covert narcissist, it becomes a tool for manipulation. She might withhold affection or intimacy as a form of punishment or use it as a reward, thereby establishing a transactional relationship dynamic. By doing so, she ensures her husband is always striving to meet her ever-changing standards to receive affection. This can lead to a scenario where the husband feels he is continuously jumping through hoops, never truly understanding what he did right or wrong, keeping him perpetually off balance. 11. Playing the martyr. Another hallmark of the covert narcissistic wife is her penchant for playing the martyr. In every situation, she presents herself as the one who sacrifices the most, always putting others before herself. This narrative, often exaggerated or entirely fabricated, serves a dual purpose. It elevates her status as the ever-suffering saint, while simultaneously making her husband feel indebted or guilty for not doing as much as he claims to. This constant comparison can make him feel inadequate, always striving to match her level of selflessness, not realising that the scales are rigged from the start. 12. Sowing doubt and confusion. A covert narcissistic wife thrives on ambiguity. By keeping her husband in a perpetual state of doubt and confusion about her feelings, intentions or actions, she maintains an upper hand. She might give mixed signals, be hot and cold in her affections, or make vague statements that leave him guessing. This erratic behaviour can make the husband feel like he's navigating a minefield, never truly sure of where he stands. The uncertainty ensures he's always on his toes, trying to decipher her moods and desires, keeping him firmly under her thumb. 13. Invalidation of feelings. For a relationship to flourish, mutual respect and understanding of each other's emotions are crucial. A covert narcissistic wife, however, will often invalidate her husband's feelings, dismissing them as irrational, overly sensitive, or even imagined. If he's upset or hurt about something, she might say things like, "You're just overreacting," or "You're too emotional." This tactic serves to belittle his emotions, making them seem unwarranted or even ridiculous. Over time, the constant invalidation can cause the husband to doubt his emotional responses, leading him to suppress or distrust his feelings. He might even stop sharing his feelings altogether for fear of ridicule or rejection. By controlling the emotional narrative, the narcissistic wife ensures her emotions and perceptions are the dominant ones in the relationship, sidelining her husband's experiences. 14. Triangulation. Triangulation involves using another person or persons as tools or pawns in a power play within the relationship. A covert narcissistic wife might even bring a third party into their relationship dynamics, either by sharing personal details, comparing a husband unfavourably to others, or seeking external validation against him. For instance, she might say, "Even Jane thinks you're being unreasonable," or "Mike's wife never complains when he goes out." This tactic serves to make the husband feel isolated, outnumbered, and further invalidated. By leveraging external perspectives, whether real or fabricated, she reinforces her position and diminishes his, trapping him in a web of self-doubt and defensiveness. 15. Projecting her insecurities. Everyone has insecurities, but the covert narcissistic wife has a knack for projecting hers onto her husband. Instead of addressing her own shortcomings or fears, she might accuse him of the very behaviours or emotions she is grappling with. For example, if she's feeling insecure about her appearance or aging, she might make snide remarks about his looks or age. Or if she's tempted to be unfaithful, she might become overly suspicious of his interactions with others. This projection not only diverts attention from her issues, but also keeps her husband on the defensive. Constantly being accused or scrutinised can wear down his self-esteem and sense of reality, ensuring he's too busy defending himself to see her true intentions or behaviours. Now that you're aware of these covert techniques, further arm yourself. Deep dive, tactics and mind games the narcissist will use. Or turn the tables, phrases the female narcissist hates hearing from her husband. Your feedback propels us. Like, comment, and make sure to subscribe.